Today, we're going to be reviewing two other McLarens. Basically, just two track cars. The McLaren Solus and the Robux car, the McLaren P1 GTR. So, let's get right into the rev and startup test. That is a really good startup for especially a track car like this. Now let me rev it up. That's not terrible, but it could be better. If it revved higher, then
it should rev higher.
That's again another quiet startup. Now let me rev this boy up. Wow, that's really good. Really good startup.
Revs all the way around.
Alright, let's move on to upgrades for both these cars. Alright, so force induction, HUD supercharger, and for drivetrain, it's whatever you want. You could put whatever you like. If you prefer rear wheel drive, front wheel drive, whatever. And engine upgrades, put engine forward, and brakes, put pro brakes at all costs. Transmission, pro transmission. If you pretty much know the upgrading system, it is relatively way easier. So you could skip this part if you like. And then for suspension, obviously, I just lowered it a little bit to negative 0.01. Stiffness, I put it at raise. Wheel offset camber, I do not mess around with. And tires, I obviously put race tires. I earned that. Do not put off-road or anything else. But drift, if you like. But anyways, moving on. And also P1 GTR, same thing applies. Same upgrades, same tires, same suspension, height. Yeah, everything's pretty much the same. Because the upgrade system is relatively really easy. Alright, let's do the handling test, top speed test, and drag test. AKA circuit, highway, drag. Alright, so we're at the circuit test area. Let's see how well these cars can do. Alright, so Cloud on the McLaren P1 GTR, he got 2 minutes and 1 second. While in the McLaren Solus, we were going conservative and we got a possible 2 minute 8. If you're good at racing, you actually could get a way faster time than that. So yeah, let me know in the comments what time you get on circuit race for the McLaren Solus and the P1 GTR. Alright, let's go on to the highway race. Alright, so we're at the highway test area. Let's see how well these cars can do. Alright, so Cloud with the McLaren P1 GTR gets a possible 36.7 seconds. But if you're good at nitro timing, you could get a faster time than that. While on McLaren Solus GT, I got around a 39 seconds. But if you have better timing, yeah, you can get around that time too. So yeah, let's go on to the drag test. Alright, so we're at the drag test area. Let's see how well these cars can do in a straight line, but shorter. Alright, so Cloud with the McLaren P1 GTR can get a possible 6.8 seconds. But if you have good nitro timing, you could get a possible like 6.7 or probably something faster or around there. While me with the McLaren Solus GT gets around a 6.9 seconds, but if you have great timing, then again, you could get a possible 6.8. Just let me know in the comments on what time you get and drag. In our opinion, the McLaren Solus GT, overall for 6 million, it's good. Despite the downside is its top speed, because 228 at max is pretty garbage for its money. There's a lot faster cars under its price.
Like a Bugatti. What car is your Bugatti?
Buy a Bugatti if you want like top speed. Acceleration of 1.45 seconds. That is really good, but the only problem with it is just its speed, and that's why its high end just lacks because of that. Its early acceleration is like really powerful, but just its high end it sucks. Brakes 93%. That's actually really good.
That's good.
It's really good. The handling of over 100% though, 103%. That is actually the highest handling stat in the game. It has the best grip in the game, despite the only problem is its acceleration at high end. Other than that, if you're trying to see some full sends, we're gonna do comparison short with P1 GTR and Solus eventually in the future. And now our opinion on the 1700 Robux car, the McLaren
It's
P1
good.
GTR. It's good. Top speed
all you
is
need.
actually better than the McLaren Solus GT by a full-on 20 miles an hour. And actually, it's a more faster track car. And acceleration of 1.60 is actually good, considering its high end is better because obviously a higher top speed. The brakes have the exact same. It's pretty much the exact same as the Solus GT. The exact same 93%.
You won't notice the difference.
The difference though is just its top speed. It's pretty much it, and acceleration. The handling also is a difference too, because handling is really good at 96%, but the Solus GT has the highest in the game of 103. But other than that, I'm pretty sure the Solus would lose in a straight line compared to a P1 GTR. While the P1 GTR can actually like full send at higher speeds, while the Solus lacks that. And if you don't have Robux, then I highly recommend you guys to get the McLaren Solus GT. But if you do have 1700 Robux, then you should definitely go for the P1 GTR. It's actually faster than the Solus by a long shot. So yeah, that pretty much just ends the video right here. So yeah, subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one.